I broke into a million pieces and I can't go back. But now I'm seeing all the beauty in the broken glass. The scars are part of me, darkness and harmony. My voice without the lies, this is what it sounds like. I am just singing to you guys because that song is too legit to quit. It's from K-pop Demon Slayer or no, Demon Hunter. K-pop Demon Hunter. It is a kids movie from Netflix that parents are loving the songs. We are singing the soundtracks. I'm not a parent, but I am a proud auntie. And my niece was over when this movie came out, and she watched it religiously. And I kind of got into the movie because I was like, "What is this about?" And then my sister was explaining it to me, and then I watched it when she wasn't here, and I was like, those songs are like really cool and really catchy, and I feel like they describe life. They describe my life, like honestly, like breaking into a million pieces. Like that's what I did. That's what happened to me. I broke into a million pieces, and I can't go back. Right? Like I can't go back to that life that I was before that, and I love that. Like I'm seeing all the beauty in the broken glass because through falling apart so much beauty has come into my life. And I think I'm just a happier, well, I know I'm a happier person. I don't think I know. But there's so much beauty that is all around. Like I see it all around, and it didn't happen until I completely, like, my life completely fell apart and I completely, like, my heart completely broke open. Somebody once told me, don't think about your heart breaking, think about it breaking open and making more room for more to come. And that was really profound when I was going through heartache and getting out of a 15-year relationship and just having a hard time rebuilding my life after spending 15 years with this person. I met them right before I was about to be 25, and we broke up right before I turned 40. So that's a big chunk of life, right? Like all your 30s and half of your 20s, 15 years. And so I just was having a lot of struggle with that, and hearing that made me feel like good. Like, yeah, it's breaking open because I did deserve more from a partner and do deserve more from a person. But that leads us into our topic for today. First off, hi, I'm Erica. Oh, hello, everybody. This is Erica from the future. This is September Erica. The Erica that you saw before this, you heard before this, that was July Erica. And as I was editing this podcast, the first half of it, I was like, no, we cannot put this out to the public. I could not form thoughts around what I was trying to say to explain to you guys really what I wanted to say in this podcast. And I think I'm doing that again, but I think I could do it better. There's still going to be some fumbling of words, fumbling in how I phrase things, but that is just who I am. Also, I have a butterfly tattoo, a fake one. I went to a dive bar and I got tatted up. By a friend of a friend of a friend. Total fun experience. But yeah, so I'm here. So welcome to Midlife Crisis. Nope, just following my Delulu dreams. And today we're going to talk about dating and how I basically went from having, what's the word I'm looking for? Basically, I went from dating just sucking balls to dating being fun, and how I shifted that energy to actually start having fun in dating and be totally delulu with my expectations around dating, because that's what this podcast is about. So before we get into that and how the things I did to step out of the scarcity, anxious, desperate, chasey, longing energy into more energy of fun and knowing and abundant and just being like cool, calm and collective, cool cat with dating. I wanted to talk about the apps when you're first dating, especially out of a long relationship. And I think this is why you hear so many things like dating sucks and the apps suck and blah, 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 blah. All that negative shit that comes up when you are dating. So many years ago, well, 3 years ago, 3 years ago, in 2022, I embarked on this new thing called dating because I hadn't dated. Actually, I never really dated. Before my ex, I didn't date. I was 24, about to be 25 when I met him. And before that, I just didn't make dating a priority. The apps didn't even exist when I met him. Like the iPhone just came out. So dating, the few dates that I did go on was like I met people at frat parties or in Vegas or they were a friend of a friend. So there really wasn't a place on the interwebs to date. And so what I noticed when I embarked into the dating world that's a I slur my words sometimes. What I noticed when I embarked into the dating world, embark, guys, bear with me. Bear with me. Anyways, what I noticed was that a lot of us in the internet space, or what I was attracting, was people freshly out of relationships, people who were trying to fill a void. Yeah, people that were trying to fill a void, and mainly was a loneliness void. And that's where I was in life. So I was attracting who I was, not what I wanted. Because we were energetic matches. I listen to a lot of Abraham Hicks, and that's what she says all the time is you attract what you are, not what you want. And also you attract what you think you basically attract what you are an energetic match for. So that's what I was an energetic match for at the time was people that were trying to get out of their situation, and their situation was just loneliness. And a lot of the people I went on dates on were people that had been in 5+ years relationships, freshly out, and were just trying to get into a relationship in order to be happy, which is a bunch of freaking bullcrap because hello, I was in a relationship for 15 years and that actually wasn't enough to make me happy. And I knew that I knew that like in a very obvious way. I knew that that wasn't true, but still there was a part of me that felt that I needed to get my worth out of a relationship. And I think they did too. The people I went on the date on, they too felt that in order to be worthy or to have some sort of fulfillment in your heart, you needed to be in that relationship. So that's why I am a true believer that that's why when you go on the apps, it's kind of sucky because you are matching with people that also need validation from others to feel worthy in love and feel worthy as a person, because the society that we live in makes us feel unworthy if we're not in a relationship, and if we're not loved by a partner, a romantic partner. And it doesn't matter how much platonic love you have. No, no, no. It's all about that status, like whether you're single or not, and that like determines your worthiness, and that is a bunch of bullshit. Bullshit. But so yeah, that's kind of like my theory around why a lot of dating apps suck. And when you go into the dating world with that belief system, with that mindset of like of a relationship fulfilling you and making you feel whole, you're going to attract people that also feel that way. And you're just kind of in this low vibing relationship to start off with. You just attract the low vibing people into your life. And it may not be necessarily what you want, but that's what you're an energetic match for. I'm sorry. It's just the truth. It's just the truth. And oh my God, it took me so long to get out of that. Like, I always hated hearing that. But now that I've like gone past that kind of struggle, I'm like, yeah, yeah, I see it. I see it. So what did I do to go from, oh, I'm never going to find my husband. This dating thing sucks, and crying after every date because I didn't even like the guy. I would go on dates with men and I did not like them. They did not meet my expectations, and I like was like, nope, this is not a match. But then would go home and cry because we weren't a match. And I was just so sad because somebody I didn't like and didn't want them to like me back didn't work out. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. So how did I go from that poo poo energy, that caca energy, to going into an energy of more like, I'm having fun dating. Whatever happens, happens. Universe, it's all in your hands. I trust that you will bring my man will come. Like, go from this like chasing, longing energy to this attractive, carefree, trusting, abundant love energy. Like, how did I do that? Well, the first tip I have, you're not gonna like. You are not gonna like, because anytime anyone told me this tip, I freaking hated it. Like, oh, I hated it with a passion, because first off, it was fucking Susan. Susan, who's is married, happily married for 10 years, but before that was only single for a very, very little time, because every time she like broke it off with a partner, she would find a new partner right away, and she would come to me and tell me like, "Oh, Erica, you just have to like love yourself and build the life you love and blah 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 blah." And I'm like, "Shut up, Susan. You don't know my struggles. Dating doesn't come easy to me. You don't know what it's like to be me. I'm not a tall, skinny white girl. I'm a short, little round Mexican girl, Mexican American. I'm a Latina. I'm like, it doesn't come easily. I don't have pretty privilege, Karen or Susan. Susan, I don't have your pretty privilege, Susan. Jesus Christ. But the truth of the matter is, in order to date from a place of abundance and really have fun dating, is to decenter men and build the life you love. Build a life for you. Center you. Make your life thebomb.com. I know. I too hated fucking saying that. At least I'm not telling you to love yourself. I'm telling you to build the life you love. And through building the life you love, you will love yourself, because that's part of it. That's all part of it. But when I say decenter men, I know sometimes that could get very negative, and the trolls, the incels will be in the comment like, "Oh, you're gonna be an old hag and live with a bunch of cats and never find love," and you know how some men get. But when I say that, it doesn't mean that like you hate men. That's not like a man hating term. It just means like, center yourself, do things for you, do things that you love. Stop putting your wants and needs in the back burner. You got to put your wants and needs first. I know because I lived it. When I was in my relationship, my wants and needs were last. I did not prioritize the things I wanted. Heck, like when we broke up, I remember just like sitting in my living room and going like, wow, this whole life I have from like I had a home, I had a job, but I did not like the town that I was living in. I did not like my job, and all of that I built around this relationship. I centered the relationship. I centered the man, right? And because of it, when he left, I just was like, what is this life? Like, I just felt very out of place. Like, I was just thrown into this world. Like, it was just very weird, because now it was like, none of this makes sense anymore. I don't want any of this, because now I don't have that relationship. Because before, it was all for this relationship and none of this was for me. All my wants and needs, I don't have. And so this is why it's so important to create the life you love, because when you start dating, you don't put so much weight, I guess is the word I'm looking for. You don't put so much weight onto the other person. Like, you need to make me happy. Our relationship needs to work out. This first date needs to work out because I need to be happy. When you already go in there happy with your life, it's just like, oh, you're just an added bonus. Like, you are just going to amplify my life. Like, I am already happy with A, B, and C, and adding this little cherry on top, right? The little icing on the cake just elevates what I have in my life. So I think that's like really important. It's like doing your shit for you is the most important thing in the world. Do the shit for you. Do the shit for you. And as I mentioned, I had a coach tell me, like, your match, your perfect person, the one for you will elevate your life, will amplify it. I think one of the best examples I could give is I was talking to somebody for un poquito, and I I was kind of embarrassed to share like the stuff I did on social media and all that, but I shared it, and like we knew we weren't gonna work out, but we had some great conversations, and he mentioned to me like, wow, like I can't wait to like have a partner and like support them in their dreams. Like I want to be their biggest cheerleaders. Like he really was looking forward to that, and that was really refreshing for me to just like see and witness that like some men, like they want to see their partner happy, and they want to support and elevate their dreams, and don't see it as anything bad. It's like, oh, my partner wants that. Yeah, yeah. So like, do you, and find the man that wants to elevate your dreams, that wants to do it. Another example that I have seen, because one of the things that I'm going to digress for a little bit, but when I first was single, I kept seeing all this like examples of how men were just trash. And a few years ago, I was I mean, I've only been single for like 3 years, but, so like a year and a half ago, a year ago, I actively, I actively was searching for good men, and I wanted that in my atmosphere because I want to be Delulu in love. Okay. I want to be Delulu in love. That's the name of the podcast. That's part of the name of the podcast is about being Delulu. And I feel like being Delulu, I manifest the things that I want, because we're not manifesting that bad shit anymore. No, 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 no. We're manifesting the good shit. And in order to manifest that, I need to be a little Delulu. Okay. A little delusional over here. And I'm okay with it. I'm okay. I live in magic and miracles and not what the 3D is fucking telling me is happening. So yes, looking for examples of men doing cool shit. And one of my friends, what I saw was she always talks, she's an entrepreneur. She's also my coach. She's an entrepreneur, and she has conversations with her husband, and she tells her about some of her like photo shoots and marketing ideas. And instead of him just listening and saying, okay, cool, babe, can't wait to see it, he's like, all right, cool, let's make a game plan. All right, I need to go to Home Depot and build this for you so we could do this for your photo shoot. He basically becomes the director, producer, art department for her ideas. And how fucking awesome is that? How fucking awesome is that? Like, that, seeing that, I know that there is men out there that will freaking elevate that. So I am building my life the way I want to, focusing on my podcast, focusing on my entertainment career, and through that, I become an energetic match for the person I want. Instead of when I'm in that chasey energy, and I'm just like, I need you to love me, but also like support me here. I am not there yet because I'm not even supporting myself. I'm not even supporting myself in that. Like I feel like I need somebody to validate me and give me permission to live the life that I want. When I just do it on my own, someone sees that and is like, her light is shining bright. I want to get closer, like a moth to the flame, burnt by the fire. That's our goal is. That is our goal over here, ladies. Ladies, that is our goal over here. So yes, build the life you love. Decenter man and build the life you love. That is numero uno. Numero uno. Now we're gonna go to past Erica, where she's gonna talk about point number 2. And sorry, the energy is gonna be slightly different because it was a totally different day. And right now I'm feeling like really confident and happy and giddy. But other Erica is going to go to point number 2, and I might come back. I might come back and give some more insight on this. But yeah, Stay Delulu. Past Erica did not say that. She did not have that slogan yet. So I'm going to say it right now. Stay Delulu. We got to be Delulu in love. Before I take you to number 2, I had a friend tell me that like she would go to therapy and her therapist would say like, "Oh, you may never find your person." Again, I'm being fucking Delulu. I am not believing that. My person will come. All right? One day my prince will come. He's out there. And I truly believe that. Because why? I'm staying Delulu. All right, Pass Erica, take it away. The other thing that really has helped me is solo dates. I know solo dates sound scary, super scary. Solo dates, they have really changed my life. I haven't done one in a while because every time I try to schedule a solo date, a friend wants to hang out with me, and I'm like, yes, yes. Because through solo dates, I have discovered that my love language is quality time. I always saw it and I always knew it, but didn't realize that that was really my main love language. Because I thought like my number one love language, the top one, was words of affirmation and what is it, physical touch. But what I really realized in alone time and the trauma bonding with some of my friends was, oh, I'm that friend my friend calls to just go to the grocery store and it's cool. Or I'm the friend that my friend calls and we just like watch TV shows and like order takeout and it's cool and that's fun. Like I have a friend that's the whole relationship. We'll watch TV shows and we just have a blast. I love hanging out with her, and I love watching TV. So like I love doing that with her. But it's about the quality time. Yes, we're watching a TV show, but we are like talking about it, making jokes, and like my love language especially is that quality time. Like I can amplify any boring situation. You want to go to the grocery store, I'm there and I will make it 10 times better. And so in solo dates, I discovered that is my thing. But I also discovered that like I wanted that from a partner, especially my ex. I did want that like quality time. We spent a lot of time together, but some of it was not quality. And I didn't realize that that was like the missing piece from our relationship because it didn't have the depth that I wanted from him or from me either. Like, I think we were both guilty of that. So out of all the things, I'm not even blaming him for that. I just didn't know. I didn't know that a relationship could go into those depths of conversation and what I really needed. And so what I discovered was like that's what I wanted. I didn't know how to word it. I didn't know like how to recognize it, but I wanted quality time with a person. And what I've been learning as being single is like what you want from a person, you have to give to yourself first. So in the solo dating, I was giving quality time to myself. And solo dating took me through the ringer. So there were some solo dates that was like, yeah, that's easy. Like going to a bookshop. I went to a bookshop that had a cafe. So I took a book and was reading, and like all the introverts were there with their books reading. There was a guy that was cute in front of me and he did not acknowledge me. That's fine. That's fine. I'm there to go on a solo date. But I had a bomb ass sandwich and just read for a little bit. And then I went to a plant store and got one of the plants, that big plant behind me. Not that big plant. There's like 3 plants behind me. But the one like further right from me. The one that my body's not blocking and not the little snake plant. I went and got some plants and just like gave myself some love. But where it really took me through the ringer was when I went to a comedy show by myself. That one took me through it. Just because, and I went to a concert by myself, a small concert, but that was before I was like practicing solo dating. I went to that because my favorite band was playing and I had to go, and I'm happy I went. But the comedy show one was like, ooh, because it was at night. It was like in a trendy, it was in Venice. It was off at Abbot Kinney. And I just had every thought process going through my head. Like, you're a loser. People are going to think you're a loser and you don't have friends. You're coming to a comedy show by yourself. No one does that. No one goes to a comedy show by themselves. People go with friends. And anyways, I had a great time. I went and I did feel a little off at first, and I had a Diet Coke because I didn't want to drink because it was in the middle of the week. And after the show, I actually knew one of the comedians. The comedians had dated my friend for a few years, and so I knew him, and I went up to him because he closed the show, and I went up to him and I was like, "Do you remember me? Like, we went to Disneyland together." He's like, "Oh yes, how are you? Like, that's cool." And we didn't talk much because somebody else came to talk to him because I guess he's pretty popular on the interwebs. Good for him. But he was really good. It was really fun. So, and I actually like wanted to go to that show. He just happened to play that night. So I was just going because I was like, oh, it's happening this Thursday. I got to go. Who's playing? And I saw it. It was him and some other guy that I wanted to see. And I was like, perfect. I have been wanting to see these two people. So this is a perfect match. But solo dates really got me into just spending quality time with myself and doing things without waiting for anybody. And that amplified my energy as well. But also, when I go on dates, and especially it's like the first time meeting the person, there's always this like 50-50 chance that they'll show up or not. And so a lot of things that go through my head, because I get a little nervous meeting somebody because I'm like, I don't know like what idea they have of me in their head, or like if they're going to match who I think they were when we were talking. So there's always this like kind of doubt, like, well, what if they stand me up? So I just always go in there thinking, well, if they stand me up, it's just an excuse to go on a solo date. Like, I'm still going on a date, whether it's with the person or without the person. And I'm still going to have fun because I'm me. I know how to have fun, whether alone or with other people. So I'm still going on a date. It's just a solo date now. And so that changes the energy that I go into a date, because I'm just like, I'm going to have fun no matter what. Solo or with a person, it's a date. It's a date. And it's going to be fun. So that's the second thing I did. So number one, build the life you love. Build the life you love. Build it for you. Two, go on those solo dates. Romanticize yourself. Go buy yourself flowers and surprise yourself with flowers. Like, do that. That's cool. If that's what makes you happy, cool. For me, it was really going to these events, because I went to like another event by myself. But by that time, I was already like high on the solo date vibe. So like I just went, I'm like, I'm going on a solo date. And I was like, I didn't even do anything. I just like walked around, bought this hat and ate pupusas. And I was just like the happiest person on earth. I was like, do pupusas and a hat, pupusas and a hat. I want pupusas. Ooh, maybe I should. I took a picture of the booth, but I need pupusas soon. It was like over a month ago since I had pupusas. And so it's time, and I'm not going to make them. So I'm going to stop the episode here because I have two more topics to talk about, and evidently I am long-winded, and so we are going to do a part two. That's it. We're going to do a part two. So this was part one. Come back next week for part two, where we're going to talk about how to be more open to love. So it's figuring out where you rejected and being mindful of that. And then we're going to talk about things I learned about having an internet crush for like a week on a hot podcaster. I still think he's hot, but I had to unfollow him because he's too hot. He's too hot. And I had to do me. I have to do me. I got to, decenter man, as people say, and focus on moi. Focus on me and my joy and my life, and not spend all my days in limerence and making up romantic plots around this internet stranger that I've seen pop up in my algorithm. So we'll talk about that. So stay tuned next week for part two of this episode, whatever this episode is going to be called. I will not have the name by next week because I'm actually going to record it right now. But podcast time. It's going to be a week. All right. Love you guys. Remember to follow, like, and subscribe. Tell a friend. Do all the things. Share. Leave a review. Give me good reviews. 5-star only because I have I'm a sensitive girl. Okay, I'm sensitive, and you you need to love me. Give me all the fives. Okay, do what you want. Do what you want, but just don't do. If you're gonna do like a 1, just don't do it. Just don't do it. Do like a 5 and DM me and say, hey, Erica, here's how I think you could make the podcast better. And I may take your advice. I may not. I don't like people telling me what to do. So there you go. There you go. Anyways, love you. Bye. Follow, subscribe, do all the things. Adios. Until next week.